back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you how I save money on flights. And because we're talking about flights, I am wearing my B&A shirt. Now, for all of you non-airport code nerds, B&A is Nashville's airport. Nashville's my home, so love my home airport, B&A. So representing Nashville. Video is not sponsored. I just love my home airport. So when I am looking to save money on flights, I will use one of three search engines, or all three, and those are Skyscanner, Momondo, or Google Flights. All three of those search engines have pretty much the same data and information that they display on their website, and I find they are great search engines. Unlike other search engines, Expedia, Kayak, Skyscanner, Momondo, and Google Flights will offer you results of all major airlines as well as pretty much all budget airlines. Expedia and Kayak do not give you all airlines. Because they are a third-party booking agent, they will not give you airlines that you cannot book through them. Specifically, my favorite US budget airline, Southwest. It is no secret, Southwest only allows you to book their flights directly through their website and not a third-party booking agent. So you will not find their flight information on any booking sites such as Expedia or Kayak. Now, when I'm searching for the cheapest flight price possible, I want to see the flight prices of all airlines. And for me, most of the time, Southwest is the cheapest flight option. So using a search engine that has all of those airlines is the key to finding the cheapest flight. Skyscanner, Momondo, Google Flights, those three search engines will show you the cheapest flight or the best flight, so the fastest travel times, or if you're environmental conscious, they will show you flights that have the least amount of carbon emissions if you are worried about your carbon footprint on this planet. So they give you all of that information. They also give you data over the year of when prices are the highest and the lowest for those flights, for that home airport to that destination's airport. They will show you the different prices throughout the year. So if you didn't do any research on that destination, on when the high tourism season is or when the off season is, then these search engines will give you some of that information, and it's very helpful of knowing if you have flexible travel times, then maybe you want to consider booking tickets for this month versus this month because it'll save you a couple $100s, and that can be substantial. So looking at that data is very helpful. So that is a good point. If you are on a limited travel time, be aware that high tourist season for that destination, or when school is not in session, that is typically a high travel time. The summer, winter break, those specific time periods, flight prices tend to be higher. So if you have some flexibility on when you're traveling, I would recommend flying in the off season that is not a high travel season. And that destination may have an off season that is different from the high travel seasons as well. And that could be based off of weather. So if you travel when the weather is colder, when it's the rainy season, or they're experiencing lots of tornadoes, then flight prices may be cheaper. Comment down below if you have ever not traveled to a destination because it was tornado season. I'm originally from Kansas, part of Tornado Alley, so tornadoes don't really bother me, but I know some people, not naming any names, Aunt Sally, do not like tornadoes. So is that something that will prevent you from traveling? Comment down below if tornadoes would prevent you from going to a destination. Now, most search engines will be giving you the price of basic economy for all flights. And basic economy typically does not include free luggage. So packing carry-on only will allow you to save money and get the cheapest price possible since you're not paying extra fees in the checked luggage. And if you haven't seen it already, I'll link my packing carry-on only video in the description box below. So if getting the cheapest price possible is the most important to you, then consider packing carry-on only so you're not paying the fees for checking your luggage, and you have that flexibility that you can check your luggage if you want or carry it on and have no charge. Now, the biggest way that I save money on flights is I have signed up for Scott's Cheap Flights emails. So if you aren't aware, Scott's Cheap Flights is a service that searches for all of the cheap flights, mistake fares. Mistake fares are when airlines enter in a lower fare than what they were actually intending to enter in when they were determining prices, and it is a cheap flight. If you do not have time for all day and night searching for the possibility of even finding a mistake fare, let Scott's Cheap Flights do it for you, and you can take advantage of it once you receive that email. Scott's Cheap Flights has 3 different tiers that you can choose from to receive deals. Their free version is their limited tier, and that gives you 5 airports that you can select in your preferences. Now, I recommend taking advantage of all 5 airports that you can list. So not just your home or local airport, but list airports that may be a couple more hours driving distance that are still somewhat convenient, or even airports that have hubs of major airlines. So for me, Nashville does receive a lot of international flight deals, but Chicago, New York, Atlanta receives even more. And I can take a quick, cheap Southwest flight to one of those cities and then hop on a different flight to go to an international destination and take advantage of a cheap flight that may not have been that cheap for me to fly directly from Nashville. So that's why I say take advantage and list as many airports as that you feasibly can, and that will ensure that you can find the cheapest flight that you possibly can for your travels. For the limited tier, you get pretty much all international deals that Scott's Cheap Flights finds for that airport, and then some limited domestic flight deals. The next tier is the premium tier, which is what I've signed up for, and that allows you 10 airports, all the international deals, and even more domestic deals. And then the third tier is their elite tier. So if you're feeling fancy and want something above economy price and you want to be notified of cheap flights that are first class or business class, then sign up for the elite tier, because they will give you deals for all of the economy prices as well as first and business class internationally and domestically. So elite tier if you're feeling fancy. I have been signed up for Scott's Cheap Flights for over 2 years now, and it is awesome. I have been able to take so many more flights than I thought I would ever be able to, just because they have sent me some really good flight prices that allowed me to stretch my budget more than just one destination. So I had budgeted a certain amount, let's say $1,000 for one destination, and Scott's Cheap Flights emailed me 3 different deals that allowed me to utilize that $1,000 for 3 locations instead of just the one that I was planning on it. So I love this service. It saves me so much time and so much money. If you want to sign up for Scott's Cheap Flights, then I will leave a link in the description box below. And if you sign up for any of their tiers, even the free limited tier, I will get some pennies sent back to me for referring you, and you will get some great cheap flight deals sent to your inbox. So take advantage of that. It's free to you, and it will save you so much money in flights. So those are just some of the ways that I save money on flights. Let me know down below if there are any other ways that you use to save flights, because let's face it, no one needs to be paying more than they need to for flights. It's the most expensive part of travel, and let's make it cheaper. So let me know if there's any other ways that you save money, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.